Yeah, so we were having a conversation about awareness, and I was asking, because people often talk about women's intuition. Like women, women got this special power where they have like their intuition or whatever. But I was just like, there are times where I see different, but there are a lot of times where it seems like certain women or a certain type of woman's awareness is not like where it should be. So I was walking around in the store the other day or whatever, and it was this girl with this big butt, right? They were coming down the laundry detergent aisle. It was a Hispanic girl, right? And the guy came down the aisle first, and then she started to follow with the children. And it was two black guys that kind of walked past and kind of looked and seen that she had a big butt, and you can tell, like, oh. So let me turn around, and I'm sitting here just watching it from a distance with her. I was thirsty ass. Anyway, so the girl, she seen this, right? She paid attention to the surrounding. Her and her boyfriend had a conversation. I'm not saying that he put her up on game, but if he didn't, this is a good thing, right? So the guys, they started to come down the aisle. Like, look at both of these. They all go. They weren't together. It was like two different dudes or whatever. Came at two different times or whatnot. I ended up leaving off the aisle after this happened. I was like, thirsty. But anyway, when the guys came down the aisle, she turned her ass back towards the what's the name, so they couldn't look. Yeah. There has been another incident where guys were, basically floating around or whatnot and looking at this girl's butt. And the guy that she was dating, he wasn't extremely masculine looking guy or whatever. Not that has anything to do with it, but this woman it kind of seemed like she was kind of tooting that thing out so guys could look. Or not even, quote unquote, like protecting herself. Like when let's just say another lion walks into the room or walks around or whatnot, then, the lioness, she needs to turn her like, you're not gonna get a look at this ass play. Like, this ass belongs to, the king of the jungle or whatnot. But I'm saying all of to say that I think that it's a lot of times in a lot of different instances where I don't see that awareness or that, I don't know, I guess would that be a time where a woman's intuition should or needs to kick in?
Well, yes. Yes, but I'm also thinking in the details of what's going on between those two. I'm singling out those two where you just said that she seemed like she was tooting it out for people to put in the look. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Or not, or that, and or not even turning around, just not paying those guys any attention. Yeah, both cases. Yeah. Just blind to the fact that guys are looking at her butt. She knows she got a big bottom, mm-hmm. Right? Women are aware that guys are checking me out constantly. Like I hear so many women that always speak and talk about, I can't go anywhere without a guy looking at me. Looking at my butt or whatever. So I'm thinking, if you are with a man, right, and this has a lot to do with her protection, him protecting you.
I think that's where I was trying to go. Like, I don't know what's the relationship, the details of the relationship with her and that between them two. So she may have known that they were looking or wanted to look or whatever. So if he's not protecting her or kind of being up to par, she probably was kind of advertising a little bit.
Which is a bad thing.
It is.
Because it can honestly put her in a situation. Let's just say, for instance, right? Because not all attention is good attention.
Mm-hmm.
And just say, for instance, if those guys are going to the extreme, they're grapists. Mm-hmm. And you're sitting there advertising, not only putting yourself in danger, mm-hmm. but you're putting him in danger as well because he's your protector.
Right.
So, again, having that sense of awareness and almost thinking like worst case scenario, if I'm with this guy, you know, I don't want to put his life in danger. I don't want to put my life in danger. So let me make sure that, you know, I at least understand that, okay, y'all trying to look, I'm going to try to do my best to not give you what the hell you came down this doggone aisle for or whatever.
So I think that would be her level, like you were saying, like the level may not be as high as it should. Because she's just thinking at the level that she can capacitate to think at.
So what I'm curious about, right? Because oftentimes I hear a lot of women say, women with big butts, big breasts, wearing tight jeans and wearing their boobs out. They know and they understand that people are gonna look, correct? They know everywhere that they go, especially if it's a decent size. They know and they understand that I'm going to get looks and all of these different things. And you know this. Again, like that you don't need to explain anything. Like, I know if I wear these tight jeans, I know I'm gonna get that attention. So what I'm trying to understand is,
While wearing.
huh?
While wearing.
I mean, yeah, that can come into play as well. But what I'm saying, I think a lot of these women try to make it seem like they're not aware of guys checking them out when they're quote unquote out and about, whether they're with somebody or not with somebody. I'm pretty sure they know and they understand these things. But why in the world does that awareness and women intuition only kick in when, you know, the shoe is on a different foot? Like, I feel like it's a lot of different avenues I can go with that instead of it always being on. Like, it should, technically, your awareness you should always be aware of your surroundings, always be aware of, you know, who's coming and being around you at all times. But why in the world aren't they using that all the time, but they're just using it when a woman's intuition kick in, when a guy is cheating, when a guy is talking to another woman or whatever? That's the only time I honestly hear about women's intuition or them having a sense of awareness.
I don't know. I don't know. I really don't, because really the only thing that was coming into my mind when he was saying that is a situation of being, if she's in a relationship. Like, it was a video that I seen where, like, this girl, she was saying she was a passenger princess, and she's like,
now break that down for the people that I don't know what a passenger princess is.
I don't really know what that means either, but like, she just, you know, she's in the passenger seat, her guy is driving her around, and like, he's the protector. I think that goes into it too.
Okay.
And she just saying, like, she was on her phone, like, where you at? And she's like, I don't know. Well, how you riding with this man? Well, he's my big strong man. He's gonna protect me. I'm cool, and I'm sitting here on my phone, like, I know that he's down for me, like.
Yeah. And
then her friend was like, well, oh, that sunroof is like, it's nice, and she's looking like, oh, I didn't even know this was right there, because she's so comfortable with him.
Yeah.
Like, I guess she kind of puts all that on him in a way. So I mean, like, I guess this was all I was thinking of in that situation, is she don't have to, when she knows that there's somebody that has her back. But other than that, I don't know how to answer that question.
No, I feel you with that. And under those type of circumstances, I completely understand it. So, again, if y'all are, you know, riding in a car and all, that's fine. You know, I understand and I respect that. But the moment that you step outside of that, you know, you're in the world now. Like, y'all are not technically like in the bubble. And even though this man may be big and strong and everything, he can't watch all sides. He only got 2 eyeballs, so he can't see what's behind him. He may not be able to see, like, you know, in different areas. So she still has to be, even though you can have damn Superman. You know what I mean? But you still have to be conscious about your surroundings, how you are moving, and, you know, there's nothing like having that extra set of eyes. Like, hey, babe, it's a guy, you know, walking up to the left.
Well, I would say that she wouldn't like be unaware.
Blind,
yeah,
blind.
like unaware, but you know, it may not be as keen. I don't know how to separate it or like put it together either, because I don't really know how to say it, because I don't.
No, I feel you.
So.
Like, God basically still.
Because because then I was gonna go into, I guess, into the animal kingdom, or historically, like most of the time, the woman didn't have to be 100% aware. Like, she had to know enough, but I don't know. I don't really have the facts, so I don't really know.
You know, I love animals. I
know
animals.
that.
And at all times, you still, because I believe a male, I may be wrong, but I believe a male, like, just say for instance, a male lion sleeps more than a lioness. They're up more, which means their awareness has to be, you know, better than his technically. Like, hey, you know, it's 2 hyenas that's coming from the doggone north or whatever. Even when on Simba, I believe that the lioness actually came back and let the guys know, hey, you know, they're approaching from such and such or whatever, and you know, and then the guys go out and they take care of that, take care of those things.
So that's where I was going to also say that my data kind of is a little, I guess you could say, a little bit conflicting, but at the same time, like, I don't have the data.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking about the bird. But I believe it was another part. Correct me if I'm wrong, y'all, in the comments. But I believe it was another point in one of those movies where the lioness kind of came back and basically just gave the details about what was going on, and then the men kind of go out and handle whatever that is. So,
yeah, with that being said, I would say, like, it's not as sharp nowadays.
Yeah.
Like, for most people, it's not as sharp nowadays. I don't know why.
Yeah, so this is the thing that I want to speak to the listeners and whatnot, man. I think that an aware woman is one of the most rare people on this earth. Awareness is key. Awareness sets you apart, honestly, from all the rest. And there are a lot of different avenues that we can explore when it comes to, you know, having a sense of awareness. You know, of course, the earlier, the better. Being able to know, I can't remember, I want to say maybe this was a Kevin Samuels thing when he said something about when the men left and went to war, a woman's ability to be able to spot somebody that was not a part of their group by the way that they walked, by the way that they ran or whatever, was key. Like that sense of awareness, being able to know these things, like kind of almost like that before they happen. Again, going back to the woman's intuition. I think that, you know, unfortunately that skill has become a lot more dull now because it's not being used as much as it should be used, and it's not being used for what it's technically supposed to be used for. Instead of using, I mean, I'm not saying don't use it for that, but instead of just using it when something don't feel right, you stepping out of something ain't right, but using it every day, all day, that's gonna honestly be able to do more help than anything else.
I think
Like,
it's starting to get a little
just a little bit.
more.
It's kind of. But it makes the most sense because what that does is it takes a lot of pressure off of the man when he has an aware woman around him. Again, so say for instance, right, the Mexican or the Hispanic guy. You got two guys that come down that aisle that are sitting there looking, and because his girl turned around and let him know, hey, ain't nothing shaking. Like, y'all going about your doggone. The man ain't even got to say nothing. She just turned around and what's the name? Versus the other case scenario where she just basically sitting there, short, and a guy say something like, damn, good grief, you thicker than doggone cold grits. Like, some of those things I believe can honestly be avoided. Again, if you're just almost drawing a line right there, like, hey, listen, I'm not one of those type of females that's gonna put my boyfriend in any type, or my husband in any type of situation. Ain't nothing shaking over here. In most cases, when guys or whatever, they see that, they're like, oh, okay, he got a loyal chick. And just speaking from a man, he got a loyal chick. I'm good. Again, you still got a small percentage that may go against the grain. But if most guys see that, like, oh, okay, all right, so she with him, or she's taken, or she got a man, even if he's not even there. Oh, okay, all right, I see. She good on me, fam. Let me just go ahead and keep it pushing. You're saving yourself, and you're not putting yourself in a situation. If you have a man that's present, you're saving a whole lot of doggone, huh?
Yeah, present.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, awareness is key, man. Awareness is key. I think this is a really, really good conversation that needs to be had, that's not talked about enough. It's everybody's awareness. And really paying attention to, of course, what you have on when you go out. Understand why you're attracting that type of attention, which is honestly why I got rid of all my damn sweats. All sweats. I'm trying to do away with the basketball shirt. All of those things. Don't want that unwanted attention. Even though, listen, throwing on some shorts, some balling shorts, or some sweats or whatever was pretty much the norm at one point in time. But if I'm not in the gym or anything like that, or I'm not going to the gym, then dress like an adult, somebody that honestly respects themselves. Because people they'll be a little less likely to disrespect you if you come across as a person that respects themselves. Like, if you out here with booty shorts on, men may be a little bit more inclined to disrespect you. But if you walk out here and you're respecting yourself and you're covered up, like if I approach her, I feel like because she's respecting herself, I feel like I need to do the exact same thing. Same thing go for guys, man. You out here looking a certain type of way, don't be surprised when people treat you how you look. That's just my take on it, man. You know what I mean? You out here looking like you for the streets, chances are people are gonna think that you're for the streets. And we're not in a world where you're not being judged. In the first 7 seconds of you meeting somebody, or 11 seconds that you're meeting somebody, trust and believe, everybody has judged you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. I don't give a damn what people say. Just say, for instance, you see a person that's, I'm gonna leave that alone. We'll talk about that in another video. But yeah, this was just a little take on, a little spiel on awareness, man. I thought that this was definitely something I've been wanting to talk about for the longest. I was glad I was able to put that thing out there. And be able to hear from a woman's perspective. I think that's also key. Just to see, where their head is at when it comes to these things. Because also, if awareness is not there, then, somebody can kind of just basically plant a seed. Like, oh, I honestly didn't think about it like that. Information. Going back to information is key. All right, man. I'll holler at you guys later, man. Y'all be easy.